Hello, everyone. My name is Gwen Peterson. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life, and we want to welcome you today to our health share and telling you a little bit about what we do. So we are hoping to help you discover how to create a healthier you. So what we know is in America, obesity is a growing epidemic, and 66% of adult Americans are overweight or obese. Based on current trends, by the year 2030, over 90% will be overweight or obese. Being overweight is becoming the #1 preventable cause of disease. And I was last week at a hospital talking to many healthcare professionals, and when they were talking about 60%, 66% of adult Americans being overweight or obese, what we know is the BMI chart. If you're 20 pounds overweight, you are in the overweight category of the BMI chart. And I realized that most of my world, I would say 90% of the people that I associate with do have at least 20% or 20 pounds or more to lose. So I was thinking that 66% of adult Americans being overweight or obese is kind of a low statistic, at least for the people that I am around. Most people have at least 20 pounds or more to lose. So going to the next slide. So here is the progressive dangers of obesity, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this. So it starts with us being overweight or being in the obese category. And the next thing our body starts to do is starts to have insulin resistance, which creates type 2 diabetes. And we find that a lot of people that have, about 75 pounds to lose, a lot of them become type 2 diabetic just because their pancreas is not processing sugars correctly. And then once people start staying in that diabetic category, a lot of times the disease starts to compound and they start having cardiovascular disease tacked on to diabetes. And then as we know, health starts to decline if you're starting to decline in these categories. So being overweight or obese can impact lives in many ways. Poor overall health, increased need for medication. I know as a health coach, having coached quite a few people over the last 2.5 years, I would say that 3/4 of the people that I've helped lose over 30 pounds are on at least one medication for obesity related health issues. So, and then we also know that when you have weight to lose, people have lower self-esteem, reduced quality of life, lower energy levels, and less productive. And one of the things that I know happens as well is many of us are parents, and when you have worked all day long and your energy levels are lower, many of us as parents struggle to be the parent we want to be when we're just tired all the time. And I notice with a lot of my clients that as we start to reduce the inflammation through our program and start to reduce the weight, their energy levels increase, and the things that they start doing with their children change. I know for me, last week, my husband, or 2 weeks ago, my husband sent me a picture while I was out of town of him being outside just throwing the baseball with my son. And 2 years ago, when my husband had 40 pounds to lose, after work, he would come and sit on the couch because he was so exhausted. Where now that we have reduced his weight and increased his energy, he's doing the things that he always wanted to as a dad, but he just didn't have the energy to do. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm enjoying about us changing our health. So if you could have optimal health in your life, would you want it? There is a solution, and it's called Take Shape for Life. So who is Take Shape for Life? I want to introduce you to two of my clients that I've been very excited to help lose weight. They're 2 men that have just taken their weight and just gone for the gusto. So let me introduce you to Dayton. Dayton, let me unmute you. So Dayton, tell us how long ago you started our program.
I started just a little over 3 months ago. I'm almost 4 months in.
Great. And tell us a little bit about you before you started our program.
So I'm a self-employed tile setter, and I was really struggling working. I was struggling getting the jobs done in a timely manner. I was struggling having a life outside of work because I was working so much trying to make up for not being able to work. It's kind of funny how that works. So kind of how it was going then.
And then you started the program, and remind me, what was your, how much did you lose your first month?
I lost about 19 my first month.
19. And how soon would you say your energy levels changed?
Probably within the first few weeks.
Great. And then tell us where you are to date, because I know this photo's a couple days old.
So I'm 53 pounds down.
You are? I didn't know you jumped that much. Oh my goodness. Okay, so see what just a few weeks and numbers, how fast they can change. That's right, because you last week were holding a bag of mortar, and those are 50 pounds, and that was that last week or the week before? Now that I'm
that was a week ago.
A week ago. So the exciting piece of this is that Dayton just continues to lose, and any of you ladies that are on this call, he's single. So his social life is changing a little bit now that his body is changing. So Dayton, is there anything you want to add to your story before we go to Bob's story?
Just, it works. If you trust the system, it works.
Great. Well, and Dayton's been an excellent student. He's done what we've asked, and clearly the results are proof in the pudding in his photos. So thanks, Dayton. We'll move on to Bob. So Bob is Dayton's coach, and I am Bob's coach. And Bob and I met at a BNI group multiple years ago. And was it January last year, he called me asking about the program, and I told him about it, and the rest is history. So Bob, do you want to tell us about you?
Yeah, perfect. Hey guys, like Gwen said, my name is Bob Butler, certified health coach, and she's right. Last January, I started on this program, and I was in a place where my body just constantly ached. I had high blood pressure. I was on the meds. I just low self-esteem. You know, you walk into a mirror and you're just uncomfortable in your skin. Just heading down that bad road. Basically, I was just in a broken body, in an old man's body. So when I jumped on this program, it didn't take long for me to start seeing results. I lost 80 pounds in about 5.5 months. Decided to start paying it forward quickly, helping other people get healthy, losing the weight themselves. And for me, I was an active guy. I love skiing, water skiing, played soccer all my life. And to be able to now be able to move forward and start feeling better about myself, and being able to get in the skiing again and going down the powder, and just being able to feel great again is definitely been well worth the time it's taken just to get that weight off, and it literally is changing my life. I'm very appreciative of what this program has to offer and the direction that I'm heading.
Perfect.
So,
and Bob, will you tell them what you didn't tell me the day you called me saying, I'm ready to do whatever this is? Tell them what happened to you skiing and what finally made you say you were done living in the body that you were living in.
So you can imagine I was 265 pounds. I went skiing with my son at the time. He's a junior in high school, and we were with his friends. And I'm used to skiing powder, and I'm a pretty good skier. I've skied since I was 3 years old. And when you're 265 pounds on a pair of skis, going down the snow, you fall down, and you just can't get there's no other word, your fat ass up. And I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. I couldn't get back up to stand back up. I had fallen in the trees. I had, his buddies trying to pull me out, and I was humiliated. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I am not going to live my life like this. And so now I can go out and I kick the soccer ball with him. I go skiing with him. I love to fish, all of it. So yeah, it's definitely changed my life.
Great. He's not cheerleading with his daughter yet. We haven't seen him doing
No.
tucks going on over there. We don't want him to break a hip. No. So yeah, so I when he called me and talked to me about the program, I had no clue that that's what had happened the weekend before. But I was grateful that he called, and I'm, as you can see, look at how happy he is, and his wife obviously has started doing the program too, and they're just changing the health in their house, their households. So what we wanted to do real quick is throw a poll up on your screen and have you let us know if you are on this on our webinar tonight, if you're gathering information for yourself or for somebody that you love and care about. So if you'll just click your answer real quick, we'll just let this run for another minute or two so that we can know who is on our webinar tonight. Okay, so I need the Jeopardy music. So perfect. It looks like we have about, so we have, most of you have voted. Perfect. So it looks like a majority of you are on for yourself, and some of you are on for others you care about. So that is great. So I'm going to end the polling and take that off of the screen so we can all see the normal screen again, correct? Great. Okay. So moving on, who is the company Take Shape for Life? The company is a physician-led organization of health coaches and healthcare professionals. We're focused on helping people create health, and we are on a mission to get America healthy. And what we know is it takes a lot of work to get healthy. So we have a really great support system for people to be able to lose the weight in a healthy manner. So we of course have corporate that is available most of the time to give a call to. We have our 5-in-1 food plan. Then we have the Habits of Health system, which are the pieces that will help you educate yourself on how to keep the weight off long term, because our goal is not to help you lose the weight, it's to help you keep it off. And so then we have a virtual clinic with a lot of doctors calls and nurses calls. We have the Be Slim Club, and we have Support in Motion. And then we know that there are a couple pieces to getting healthy. We call it the trilogy. And what I want you to do is take a minute and look at this trilogy wheel, because we know that getting healthy is not just about our getting nutritionally healthy. So if you would look at the healthy body, where would you say you are? A 1 being not doing very well, and a 10 being you're a superstar in this area and healthy body. Are you where you want in your weight, in your eating, your sleep, your physical activity, your relaxation, and your safe and healthy environment? Then moving over to the healthy mind, would you say that you are strong in your relationships, that you are engaged at work and you're fulfilled, that you are putting some spiritual time, community involvement, and you're doing a lot of hobbies and doing things that you enjoy? So rank yourself in healthy mind. And then in healthy finances, we know that part of being healthy is having healthy finances. And are you where you want to be with your money management and community contributions? So just kind of take a minute and look at where you are on the whole circumference of the trilogy wheel, because we know that what we teach is it's not just about the healthy body, it's about the healthy mind and about the healthy finances. So going forward, what we offer our clients is a 3-part comprehensive program for optimal health. So the MetaFast 5-in-1 plan is our food, the health coach is the support, and the Habits of Health are the education that you're going to learn so you know how to keep the weight off forever. And you're going to get a personal health coach that will be checking in with you weekly. They are knowledgeable, supportive, and empathetic. And the reason why we can normally be supportive and empathetic is because we have been where you are and we have walked in your shoes. So we understand that it's not just a magic pill and tomorrow you're going to be at your goal weight. It takes some time and effort to really get where you want to go with your health. And we've been there, so we understand, and we're there to support you through your journey. So there are some key elements to physical health. And of course, the first goal is to get you at a healthy weight. And step 1 is healthy eating. Step 2 is healthy motion. And I like to integrate right there. Healthy motion is not going to the gym for 2 hours a day. Healthy motion What we like people to do is just do 20 minutes of just getting out and moving, walk up and down the street, go for a light walk with your dog. It's not beating yourself up at the gym, it's just getting your body moving. Then another key component to being healthy physically is getting a healthy sleep. And then we also know that even if you're eating right and you're moving your body and you're sleeping well, but your stress is through the roof, that is an area that we would work with you on as well. So our Dr. A's Habits of Health system is, you would be getting Dr. A's Habits of Health book, then the Living a Longer, Healthier Life workbook, and then Discovering Your Optimal Health. Because we know in order to be able to keep the weight off long-term, we get to teach you long-term habits of health so that you know how to keep it off once you've lost the weight. So here is what our program is. We know that when you speak to most doctors, personal trainers, or nutritionists, they are all telling you to eat 6 small balanced meals a day. But what we find is while most people know that that's the healthiest way to live, they don't have the time to make all of those meals. And that's where our program comes in and makes life very simple. So our program is you eat 5 of our perfectly balanced meals and you make 1 lean and green meal a day out of the grocery store. So you're going to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. Our program is clinically proven, and the results are you'll be losing 2 to 5 pounds per week in the first 2 weeks and 1 to 2 pounds per week thereafter. And here's how our meals work. They're nutritious and low calorie. We have many gluten-free options. They're high quality protein, but they're also low glycemic. So when you look at high quality protein and low glycemic, what that does when you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, it helps balance your blood sugar. And the nice thing about it, as you can see, is many of our meals our meal replacements are portable, convenient, and easy to prepare. And the other great thing about how healthy our food is when you're doing our 5-in-1 program, you are getting 100% of your daily vitamins and minerals like folate, potassium, and calcium in our meals. So that's part of the reason why you have great energy, because they are very nutrient dense. And then the great part about it is the program is cost neutral. So to the lean and green meal. The lean and green meal is you will be choosing lean fish, poultry, or meat for the lean. Then you'll be choosing lower carb vegetables. So in the list, there's about 30 lean options you can choose from and about 50 lower carb vegetables. And then you're going to be learning to plan and prepare healthy meals. And if you happen to be vegetarian, we have a whole list of vegetarian options for that lean portion. So the program would work for you as well. So this is a really great screen because before, or what I would say is most people's current, they put calories in, whatever the body doesn't use starts to accumulate fat from the food they're putting in, and then there's just calories out. But then if you go down and you start the MetaFast 5-in-1 plan, you immediately start shifting into fat loss. And so during the weight loss phase, you start your healthy movement, you're eating 6 balanced meals a day, and then what starts happening is you get to a healthy weight, and our goal is to get you down lower in the 25 or lower BMI category. Then our next step is transition, because our whole goal is not for you to be eating 5 of our meal replacements the rest of your life. Our goal is to be teaching you how to still eat 6 balanced meals a day, but eating more options out of the grocery store. And then phase 2 is maintenance and living the Be Slim lifestyle. So if you want to wonder, are we making a difference? Well, you've talked to Bob and Dayton today, and then here is just a few of many of the lives that we have changed. So imagine a healthier you. Improve your overall health and confidence, enhance your quality of life, and then share the program with others if that's something that you choose to do. So the last screen basically says, would you like to get started on your optimal health journey? So what I would ask you is, some people aren't ready to say, yes, I'm ready to do the program today, but somebody that cares about you invited you to come listen to what our program is. And we have helped millions of people each year not only get to an optimal weight, but then learn how to keep it off long term. And I didn't tell my story, but I lost 45 pounds in 4 months. Before I started this program, I was meal prepping 6 balanced meals a day out of the grocery store. But what I found was that it was taking me 5 hours every Saturday to prepare all those meals. And luckily, because I was buying the food every week, I was able to have my grocery bills to realize that I wasn't even saving myself $5 a week doing it out of the grocery store, but I was spending 5 hours every Saturday in the kitchen, and I wasn't eating yummy things like a chocolate chip cookie bake or a chocolate chip brownie. So for me, this was right up my alley to have yummy, healthy, balanced meals. And then the other piece of it is my mom, 3 months later, decided to do the program with me. And she, at the time, was 70 years old. My mom was on high blood pressure medication, high cholesterol medication, and was on the verge of needing to be on type 2 diabetic medication. And in 5 months, she pulled off 60 pounds. And that was 2 years ago now. She went from 186 pounds down to 136 pounds. And she teeters between 133 and 136. But I can tell you the other amazing piece of it is at 72 years old, her energy is through the roof. And last week, she cleaned out my entire garage, went through all of my kids' sock drawers, and threw away all the unmatched socks. So let me just tell you, I'm so grateful that I found this program and then was able to help my mom, because my house is staying clean because my mom just doesn't slow down. So with that, if you're looking for weight loss, if you're looking for better health, or you're looking to just increase your energy, make sure to right now reach out to the person that invited you so that you can hop on the phone with them and have them explain in more detail whether or not this program would be a good fit for you. So we just want to thank you all for your time. And Jan, at this point, should I just stop recording and invite everybody to just reach out to the person that invited them? Oh,
Maybe you could have a question. Maybe you could have a question and answer.
So they can unmute and ask questions?
Just have them use the chat.
Okay, so perfect. So if anybody has a chat, you can go in the chat section and it'll pop up a question, and I'm happy to answer any questions since we're done in 25 minutes. Is there any questions anybody has? Okay, so let me see. Let's see. So I don't see any questions popping up at this point. So we will end tonight's call and reach out to the person that invited you, because we'd love to help you out with anything that you need. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.